In this video, I will show you the next set of questions on your study guide, which all involve factoring. Okay, so question 6 says, choose the expression that is equivalent to x squared plus 9x plus 14. So we need to find the two binomials that we would multiply together to get this product, right? We can see that with the choice. We're clearly looking for two binomials. So let's do it with the box. I know that many of my students can do it without the box, so feel free to do it in your head and skip ahead and see if you get the same answer. But I'm going to show you how we do it when we are trying to fit that product, x squared plus 9x plus 14, into our box or our area model. Okay, so we know that the term that goes in that first top left corner is always going to be the x squared, as long as it's always the x squared term. And because there's no coefficient in front of x squared, and it's just plain x squared, we know we had to multiply x times x to get the x squared. Okay, so that part is good. Then we know that the constant, the number by itself, is going to end up in the bottom right. So we're going to put in the 14. Okay, now we need to figure out what these two terms are in the missing spot. So we're going to have something times x and something times x, because this 9x came from combining those two terms. Okay, so we need to figure out how we're breaking up the 9x. Now we know that whatever two numbers we put there to add up to 9x are the same numbers that are out here multiplying to 14. So let's think of factors of 14. There's 1 times 14. Okay, so if we would put that in, would the x terms add up to 9? No. Okay, so let's go to 2. 2 times what is 14? 2 times 7. Would that add up to 9? Well, yes, it does. So that's a good choice. Let's put 2 over here, right? 2 times x up there is 2x in here. Let's put 7 over here. 7 times the x out here gives us 7x over here. And now we have two terms, 2x and 7x, that add up nicely to 9x, and they multiply nicely to 14, so it all works out, right? Now let's see which of the choices matches. Well, x plus 2, because we had positive 2 out here, and x plus 7, because we have positive 7 over here. So choice B represents the correct factors that, when multiplied, get us back to that product that we were given of x squared plus 9x plus 14. Okay, here we have the expression x squared minus 11x plus 18. And again, we're factoring the same way we did that one. Okay, so if you feel like you can do it independently, pause, try to do it yourself, and then come back to watch, because it is the same process as the one we did in question 6. Okay, the only thing that makes it a little more difficult is that there is a negative here. Okay, so we're going to think about how that negative is going to affect our factors. Okay, so we're going to start off the same. We'll put x squared over here. Again, it's just x squared. There's no number in front of it that makes it more complicated. So it's just x times x equals x squared. The constant always goes here. Now we're thinking there are two numbers that have to go out here that are going to multiply to 18. Okay, those are also going to give me my x terms inside here that need to add up to negative 11. So if two numbers need to multiply to a positive number, but they need to add up to a negative number. So now I'm thinking it's got to be that they're two negative numbers, okay? Two negative numbers that multiply to 18. So either it can be negative 1 and negative 18, negative 2 and negative 9, negative 3 and negative 6. I'm just listing the factors of 18. Now let me see, which of those add up to negative 11? Well, negative 2 and negative 9 add up to negative 11. Let's see how that works out. We put negative 2 here, negative 9 here. Notice negative 2 times negative 9 gets us our positive 18, which we needed. Negative 2 times x gives us negative 2x right there. Negative 9 times x, negative 9x right here. If we think of combining negative 2 and negative 9, yes, it adds up to negative 11 like we needed. So our factors are these outside numbers. I know it got a little messy over here when I listed the factors. So let me just take that away. Okay, and now you can see a little more clearly. We have x and negative 9 on one side. That's one factor. X and negative 2 on the other side. So our two factors are x minus 9 times x minus 2, choice B. Here's question 8. X squared plus 12x plus 36 can be expressed as... Now again, we're factoring, but notice that all of the choices are written as a binomial squared. What does that mean? That means this multiplied by itself. Okay, x minus 6 times x minus 6, or x plus 10 times x plus 10, okay? So that means that this is a perfect square trinomial, so hopefully some of you can look at that and figure out in your head which perfect square it is, okay? Now, because I'm sure, not everyone sees the pattern right away, I am going to show it to you like this, okay? So I'm going to put x squared in here, and I know x times x is x squared. I'm going to put 36 in here. Now, I'm looking for two numbers that when multiplied get me 36, and when I add it together, I get 12, and you saw why in the previous problems, right? So if I think of 36, well, actually, 6 times 6 is 36, and also adds up to 12. Okay, 6 times 6, so we have 6x here, 6x here, 6x plus 6x gets us the 12, 6 multiplied by 6 gets us that 36. So it's x plus 6 times x plus 6, which can be written as x plus 6 squared. And the way that some of you might have gotten it very quickly is that once you see it's a perfect square, you know that it's the same number that when you double it, you get 12. When you square it, you get 36. So you looked at 12 and 36 and you said, well, I know 6 doubled. 6 plus 6 is 12. 6 times 6 is 36. So it's got to be x plus 6 squared. Hopefully over time, all of you continue to get more and more familiar with the pattern of perfect squares.